Dear women, I'm sorry. Dear black people, I'm sorry. Dear Asian Americans, dear Native Americans, dear immigrants who come here seeking a better life, I'm sorry. Dear everyone who isn't a middle or upper class white boy, I'm sorry. I have started life at the top of a ladder while you were born on the first rung. I say now that I would change places with you in an instant, but if given the opportunity, would I? Probably not, because to be honest, being privileged is awesome. I'm not saying that you and me on different rungs of the ladder is how I want it to stay. I'm not saying that any part of me has for a moment even liked it that way. I'm just saying that I fucking love being privileged and I'm not ready to give that away. I love it because I can say fucking and not one of you is attributing that to the fact that everyone with my skin color has a dirty mouth. I love it because I don't have to spend an hour every morning putting on makeup to meet other people's standards. I love it because I can worry about what kind of food is on my plate instead of whether or not there will be food on my plate. I love it because when I see a police officer, I see someone who's on my side. To be honest, I'm scared of what it would be like if I wasn't on the top rung, if the tables were turned and I didn't have my white boy privilege safety blanket to protect me. If I lived a life lit by what I lack, not what I have, if I lived a life in which when I failed, the world would say, told you so. If I lived the life that you live.
Yeah, he did, he went in. White boy went in. You know what I'm saying? Y'all respect it? Mac said, Mac, you ain't got to respect it if you don't want to respect it.
He said the quiet part out loud.
He said the quiet part out loud.
What's the consequence?
I respect that. It's hard to say the quiet part out loud, you know?
Not when there's no consequences behind it. It's easy when there's no consequences.
You want his dad to say it. At 14, he ain't got no real...
Do something.
He can't.
Exactly.
That's why I don't mean nothing.
So it don't mean nothing.
Nothing don't mean nothing, but it's not as impactful.
Yeah, it's cool, but how am I supposed to feel about you admitting something that I already knew?
Look, I'm trying to think about it.
Nah, because that's part of the issue, like admitting it. Like,
because we ask women for accountability all the time. So if she says something that we already knew, we ask for that.
Right, but we expect the friction becomes when we expect change from it. I've stopped expecting change from that side of the argument. I expect lip service. I expect demonstrative shit. I've stopped expecting anything impactful to happen without somebody else putting a foot on their neck, which doesn't happen. So it's.
So what does that mean as far as us living here? You living here. You live in a system. You live around them. You live under a certain type of foot on your neck. You just like, fuck it. I don't expect nothing different. I'm just gonna get used to these.
No, and I rock and roll to make the situation better. I don't expect. That doesn't mean I don't do anything. You dig? I don't expect much from them. When I see it, I'm happy. When I see it, I'm okay. I see you. Okay, cool. When I see more than lip service, it's a good look. Don't get me wrong. It's just I need more than to hear that in a poetry slam from a 14-year-old white kid for me to be moved. It's cool. It's impressive. You know, good for him. Awareness. Let's see what happens when he's 24. Let's see what happens when he's 34. Let's see what he does when he's 44. Like, let me see something.
Agreed. Plus, I don't really like hearing what people say sorry anyway.
Like apologizing.
Sorry, like he just sound like a sorry little white boy.
You know what it is? It's like performative. It
It's
comes
very
off as performative. That's what I'm saying.
like,
It's like, all right, like that's cool.
So you align with us for now, but you're not losing nothing. Him saying that, he don't lose nothing. He could just say that. But when the real privilege comes, the jobs and the property and land and getting pulled over, not getting killed, that's when the real privilege. Yo, jump in front of these bullets for me, man. Jump in front of these 51 shots.
I think we're being overly critical of a 14-year-old. Like, that the first step of anything is admitting it. And a lot of people can't get to that first step. And he's 14 and he has the wherewithal and wants to say it out loud. I commend him for it. We're talking about everything that he's not doing. But can we commend a 14-year-old kid for what he is doing? And the first step of that is acknowledging it.